By the time a presidential trip out of the country takes place, there is meticulous and deliberate planning that goes into it, owing to the nature of security demands of the passenger on board. So when President Kenyatta's trip to Los Angeles, California to attend the annual Milken Institute Global Conference was scheduled, plans were in place to accommodate his week-long visit there. An advance team from Foreign Affairs went ahead of him. Cabinet met on Wednesday instead of the norm Thursdays, and preparations from his departure to arrival in the United States were done well in advance. Sources told Citizen TV that the Air Force Department of Flight Planning and Logistics should have sought and obtained diplomatic clearance for the president's flight path way before the expected date of the trip. The flight plan maps out countries to be crossed through, and clearance is done through diplomatic channels. And so, did someone sleep on the job and expose the head of state to the embarrassment of having to abruptly turn back and eventually cancel his trip? The official position given from State House read, quote, following reports of increased military activity in Yemen, there was a challenge on the routing leading to a decision to turn back, end quote. But that was a red herring. Harambee 1, the Kenya Air Force Fokker 70 carrying the head of state, is said not to have been cleared on Ethiopian airspace over clearance issues. However, there is the route taken that comes into question as well. Long-standing hostilities between Eritrea and Ethiopia mean that one cannot access Eritrea through Ethiopia unless they would pass through another airspace in between. The plane carrying the president was warned to turn back, but that did not happen until another warning, sources say, came with a threat to bring the plane down if the captain did not comply. Friday morning, National Intelligence Service Director retired Major General Philip Kameru and Air Force Commander Major General Samuel Thweta were summoned to State House, and all indications point to a likelihood of serious disciplinary action being taken on individuals behind the apparent lapse and aborted trip. Kenya's ambassador to Ethiopia, Catherine Mwangi, was summoned to Nairobi as well, and how this saga plays out in the greater Ethiopia-Kenya diplomatic relations is to be watched in coming days. Jackie Maribe, Citizen Weekend.